Minutes, to entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Moving second, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. New business, item number 1 is approval of CMT Services Agreement with TTL for ESD parking lot improvements project. The total is $7,370. Mike, welcome.
Good afternoon. So this is a services contract with TTL for evaluation and remediation of unsuitable soil conditions that may be encountered out there at our Phase 1 parking lot improvements at ESD. It also includes materials testing throughout the project, not to exceed amount of $7,370.
Questions?
It'll be covered within our budget. It's covered in budget.
And M&M's going down the wrong tube. Questions?
No, sir.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Moving second, and all in favor say aye. Aye. Item number 1 is approved. Thank you, Mike. Item number 2 is approval to enter into professional services agreement with Garner and Associates Engineering for downtown lighting master plan project. Total is $50,000. Tyler, welcome.
Good afternoon, council.
Good afternoon.
So this is just that. As you know, over the years, we've received various complaints about the downtown area being too dark, especially in particular locations. Given that it's a fairly large area, it's something larger than we can do in just our general streetlight budget that we have each year. So we were looking to put together a plan of the core downtown area that if and when the area is redeveloped, what new lighting that area could look like, and identifying locations of where lighting would go, what would be the appropriate lighting, where some power locations would go, so that when different businesses tie on, they know where they're supposed to tie on to. And just get a good plan moving forward for as the entire downtown area develops.
Tyler, how long will it take to do this study?
I think the timeline on this we have is 100 days from the notice to proceed.
I'm also assuming that we're going to look at existing areas, because I know this is Councilman Busby, and I know Matthew's district more than it is mine, but I feel like downtown's all of ours in a lot of ways, and a lot of people have said to me over time, or since I've been on the council, we need more lighting downtown. Maybe not being totally specific, but I'm glad y'all are looking at this, because I think it's something that we need to be doing.
Well, I've got specifics, so I hope that
I would assume
Garner
that.
and Associates Engineering, are they in here?
They are not. They had asked if they needed to come down. I told them I'd have it handled. But I can pass on any questions you want, or we can, if you'd like to sit down and meet with them as we're doing this, we can absolutely do that as well.
Schedule a time.
Yeah,
Sit down
absolutely.
with me and get my input, and then.
And I'd love to join you, Lee, on that.
Because I have very specific requests
Mhm.
coming from constituents there.
We can absolutely do that. And just so you know, the
Glad
general
we're doing this.
boundary we're looking at is, the northern boundary is about 4th Street, so Temerson Square. Lurleen Wallace on the west, I think 9th Street to the south, and Queen City Avenue to the east.
All right, there's plenty in there.
Yes, sir.
So moved.
Second.
Moving second, and all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 2 is approved. Item number 3 is authorization for the Chief Information Officer to execute budgeted agreement with Motorola. Jason, welcome.
Thank you. Afternoon. This is similar to the previous agreement with C-Spire that just allows me to sign budgeted contract amendments with Motorola. So these would be items that are already in budget and just small changes to it.
Okay, the item's already in budget.
Yes, sir.
Good thing is they're not digging in the right way, are they?
No, sir.
That ought to make your life a lot easier.
And the word Motorola, I asked Mr. Tyler, is Motorola still in business?
They provide both of our public safety radio systems and our public safety dispatch systems.
They make very good revenue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Questions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve as seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
It's already been a long day, Kip. Item number 4, authorization to enter into a service agreement with Guardian IPCO or IP Company for boiler unit maintenance Fletcher. Total is $3,200. Welcome, Kimberly.
Hello, how are y'all?
Good.
So this first contract is for the initial startup of the equipment, chemicals, and services needed to clean the new boilers that are installed at the Fletcher facility. This one is for, I'm sorry, I lost my place, $3,200, and it is funded out of Fletcher's operations budget.
Questions, Kimberly?
I'm just curious, tell me, for the initial, say that again.
It's for the initial startup of the like the Freon protection loop system, that type of stuff with the boilers. And so it's the initial startup of that. We have new boilers installed, and so this is just to get the maintenance piece of it going. And then the next contract is the quarterly maintenance of that. So it's like the chemicals and things that have to go in it, and then the quarterly maintenance is the next one, which will be changing out the chemicals and that kind of thing.
Okay, cool. I'm good. Matthew?
I'm good. So
Motion.
moved. Second.
Motion approved is seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5, authorization to enter into a service agreement with Guardian for quarterly boiler maintenance at Fletcher. Total is $2,600. Kimberly?
Yes, so this one will be a yearly contract. It'll be $2,600 each year. This is just for 1 year, and they'll do the maintenance quarterly on it.
Is this similar to what's in effect now? Contract-wise, it's brand new contract.
This is brand new. These are brand new boilers.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's for the same item. The first one is the startup, then the second one is the
This
quarterly
one,
maintenance
okay.
afterwards.
Questions for Kimberly?
And it's also funded out of Fletcher's operations budget.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Item number 5 is approved. Item number 6, authorization to enter into a professional services contract with Jacobs Engineering to provide engineering services related to concrete coatings at Ed Love Water Treatment Plant. The total is $49,750. Kimberly?
This is the engineering design piece of the coatings that are required by ADEM for our consent order with the fluoride tank situation that we had back in March of last year. And so there's an engineering design component of this for these different coatings, and then this will also be services during construction. So this is Jacob's piece of that in order for us to comply with the consent order.
Questions?
And then this contract will, in the very near future, we'll be bidding it for the actual coating contractor. And this is funded out of Ed Love's operations budget.
What would the impact be, Mr. Sheriff? What would the impact be with this coating to our plant?
So, when the fluoride tank leaked, back last year, it ate through the concrete and things, like, basically through the containment area of the concrete that was supposed to be there to protect the chemicals and keep them from getting out. So when the plant was established or built way back when, the coatings weren't required, and we
Right.
didn't have coatings on it. So this coating system will be on the concrete containment area, so if we were to have a leak again or anything like that, and this is gonna be coating all of our chemical containment areas.
Okay, good.
So, so when the plot plant was built, this was done at plot plant.
Okay,
So this is gonna be to get this up to code and the requirements for containment.
that's good. Okay. You don't ask it. You don't ask.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
So
So,
moved.
second.
Already had it. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Get some more water. Here you go.
Item number 7, authorization to enter into a professional services contract with Garver for on-call services total not to exceed $50,000. Kimberly, bail me out.
So this is an as-needed contract with Garver. Garver is our main engineer that does all of our engineering work with the process side at the wastewater treatment plant. So currently, when we have issues, we're doing smaller contracts with them, and it seems to be that we're having more and more things come up. So this will just keep it cleaner. We have this same type of contract with Jacobs with the water treatment side, and so Garver this is just an as-needed services contract with Garver when things arise, such as any permit type issues that come up, or if something starts failing, hey, can you give us an opinion on this, things like that. And this is in Fletcher's outside services contract, or outside services account.
Questions for Kimberly?
Motion.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 7 is approved. Is there any more business to be brought before our committee? Our next Projects Committee meeting will be next Tuesday, May the 9th. Hearing no new additions to the agenda, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.